objective here is really the behavioral shifts you want to see in your leaders. And towards that, I would like to think about it in three aspects. One of them we talked about, which is, I think, very core, which is empathy. And then if you shift further, it could be compassion as well, right? And it's not about sympathy, definitely not sympathy. So I think that's one mindset shift. The second most important one I would like to speak about is the resilience mindset. Uh, and it's often spoken about today, especially post pandemic. But how does one even build resilience into the organization, into leadership in particular? As you know, at Flipkart, we've had a long history. Audacity is one value, and I think resilience also gets built through multiple. I would say levers. One of them being audacity, and at least I think of it that way because when you take audacious goals, many a times you land up failing. Also, in pursuit of those goals, you fall short. How do you pivot your thought process? How do you go after a new solution in a new direction? It also builds resilience, right? So that is one angle. Second is, I think we spent a lot of time with leaders in pursuit of getting them to understand new constructs of business that we had to launch. The example that I like to quote often from a business context is when the entire country moved online and we had to deliver essentials to the country. We had grocery presence in a few cities because that's what our supply chain was capable to deliver. We had to actually transform our supply chain to deliver to multiples of cities, 40, 50 cities in no time. And the way we did it is actually transforming our supply chain. And we could do this only because of a problem presented itself. And that's where resilience as a muscle gets built. So in summary, I think audacity and the ability to empower people to solve complex problems, I would say, builds resilience in the organization. So that's the second mindset. And I'll finish with the third one is the growth mindset. At Flipkart, constantly change is almost constant, right? So we are always thinking about, okay, how do we build this learning growth mindset in our organization? And I would say honestly, Gatik, it's still a journey in progress, like any other things. And we are trying to see how we can equip and empower our employees. And this is where I think our purpose statement in HR at least comes to life for me, which is, how do we enable every Flipster to maximize their potential and well-being? So how do we do that? Each of us has an innate potential. How do we get them to become the best? So this also transformed for us quite a bit in the post-pandemic world, Gatik. These are the three mindset shifts that we are trying to inculcate.